time for math multiplication tables. It's terrible, you know? And with pressure, you know how back in the day, there used to be the round table where one student, then the next student, then the next student was going to have to answer the next question, you know. And I knew at this juncture, the 5 times 7 question was going to come up. I knew that 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. But then after that, it's getting into sketchy territory. So one time, I'm thinking and I'm sweating. I'm thinking and I'm sweating and I'm hurting. And I know that Miss Amato is a mean teacher, and she's already told home about some of the things, the terrible grades that I'm making in math. And this is putting even increased pressure on. Next student. 4 times 6, 30. Now it's my turn. Now, you know, at moments you think perhaps there is divine providence, because at my moment, the phone rang in the classroom. Miss Amato had to walk away. And I'm thinking, maybe I can perhaps peek at another person's answers. Maybe I have, 5 more seconds. Maybe I can count. No, that's cheating. Miss Amato comes back to our math circle and says, I have some news. John F. Kennedy, our president, has been shot. Well, like I said in the earlier story, Uncle Yancey Rowe was a friend, personal friend in Washington, D.C. I was familiar with Washington, D.C. And even as a 3rd grader in Miss Amato's classroom, even if I didn't know a whole lot about math, I knew a whole lot about presidents. So Miss Amato stops our math session for a moment. But Miss Amato doesn't seem like the Miss Amato of the past. There's a look of worry. I even thought perhaps I saw a tear coming from her eye. And that's an important lesson sometimes to learn early too, that sometimes even the most mean-seeming person has a human side to it. So then Miss Amato begins asking us questions. If something were to happen, who becomes the next president? Well, I knew that. I raised a hand. Lyndon B. Johnson, who was our Speaker of the House. John McCormick. Now this is a fine moment for a young 3rd grader who's having a terrible time in math, and a lot of classmates remembered the time that he struck out in the 3rd grade baseball game with the bases loaded and 2 outs. But he's aware of something. But before there was a chance to answer a 3rd question, there was another phone call. Miss Amato picks it up, listens quietly, and comes back to say that President Kennedy had died, and we're all going to be dismissed from school shortly. I knew then that my mission was to go home and tell my mom, because I knew at the time that she had to be watching as the world turns. But I learned something in that classroom, and that went on for time and time afterwards. I wanted to be like Kennedy. I wanted to be loved. I wanted people to laugh with me, not against me. I wanted to be like Kennedy. I wanted to be loved. I wanted to ride my horse along my own front yard. I wanted to be like Kennedy. And yes, I wanted to be loved. And boy, isn't it a shame as to what hate can do.